My name is Joseph Hill, and today we're going to be doing a process analysis speech on conditioning of different types of turkey calls. We're doing this for Miss Ellington's English 155 class, and today is April 9, 2015. We'll get started by going over a few different types of the calls. You have your just basic slate call, which is exactly what it says. It's just a layer of slate rock that's been shaved down, but on a special piece of wood. You have acrylic or crystal calls, which are made with special types of plastics, which are supposed to work best in any type of weather condition, which we'll get into that in just a second. And then you have probably the most common style of turkey call, which is the old school box call. With this call, it's simply just a piece of wood that's been hollowed out with a lid over the top that's specially tuned to mimic the sound of a wild turkey. And we have to condition these calls before we take them out in the woods. Anytime you have to have some kind of friction on this surface with your striker to produce a sound. And to do that, you may use different styles. Each particular call has its own style of conditioning. All right. Well, with the slate call, a lot of people like to use sandpaper. To me, sandpaper is a little bit rough on them. It doesn't give you the right call tone that I like. So I purchased what's called a conditioning stone. It's basically a wet rock that you would use on a knife. Just cut down and small, easy to fit in your pocket. And with that, you would just hold your call in your hand, take this surface of the stone, and make small circles on the call. Until you get a nice rough surface. And do it all the way across one side of the call. You do not wipe off the excess stuff, the powder that's on top. That helps produce tone and friction. And that way, when you take if you do it down here where you're not going to get the right tone. But if you go over the part that's conditioned, you get a much better sound out of it. That's why we condition these calls. With the acrylic calls, the style of these, they're supposed to be waterproof, able to use in any type of weather, whether it's raining or not. With your other types of calls, if they get moisture on them whatsoever, then you lose all that friction and the call's no good. So with this, you can either take the sandpaper like some people do, or you still take the stone and you rub up the surface in the same way. And you would do it just about the same way as a regular slate, except for you would use a different type of striker, which would possibly be carbon or acrylic to actually make it, but it will work in the rain. With the basic old style box call, you'll take the actual wooden paddle. You'll turn your call upside down and hold it. You'll take regular board chalk or sidewalk chalk, some type of chalk, and you'll take it and you'll lay it long ways across the board and cover the entire surface of the face of this paddle. And again, leave all the powder and anything left on there. That way you produces better friction. In strikers, you can also condition them the same way. You have different various strikers, like this is a corn cob, and you have just a regular wooden peg, or you can have acrylic or carbon. And then with these, you basically would have a box, like a cue for a cue ball. And you would just rub the chalk on it, so on, and then you would use it on your calls. With the box call, you don't have to have a different striker. It's all included in itself. The biggest thing to do with these calls, after you condition them, you do it at home before you leave in the morning. You take and make sure that you store them properly. Whenever you're going in and out of the woods, there's going to be dew, there's going to be rain when you're walking through the woods. With that, you will have a vest similar to this. It's waterproof and water resistant at least. And if you even want to take a step further, you can carry all your stuff around in little Ziploc bags, wrap them in plastic, something to keep them dry. But if you take care of these calls, you condition them properly, and you take your time, you can do it however you want, whatever fits your style of hunting the best. And after you learn to condition them the way that you like them, it becomes a habit every day. It's just like any other thing you do in the daytime. Thank y'all for listening. I appreciate it.